Hello everyone, welcome back. I forgot to tell you to come back, but it's okay. So today, Jordana is obviously not here with me. It's all me alone. Unfortunately, her son is very, very sick, and so she can't make it. My daughter is also sick, but I decided that this is something I want to do. I want to continue, and so we're doing it. Okay, so today's topic will be anxiety. Okay, so last time we talked about sadness and depression, a little bit of detail in that. This is a live session, so please do send me questions. Okay, please do send me questions. I'm on there trying to check to make sure that I get all your questions. Now, anxiety. Many people come into my door that have certain phobias or are nervous or are scared or even stressed, and they want help to cope. And one of the many things we do is I teach them what is anxiety. So what is anxiety? What is fear? Fear is a fight or flight response. What I mean by a fight or flight response is this: when my mind feels threatened or thinks they're threatened, what happens is I go into life-threatening mode. It's so scary. Let me now either fight it or run away. When I mean fight it, so my heartbeats go up, my muscles become strong, my immunity shuts down, but lowers, my digestive system shuts down. Everything is about keep her alive, you know? So this is why if you were going to public talk, and then suddenly you want to just run away. You don't want to talk. All these excuses come to mind about why not to talk. Is because your body is acting as if public speaking is death, which is illogical. But our emotions are illogical. So what happens is you feel the need to run away. You feel the need to either fight it. You zoom in, you forget the big picture. So if we took, for example, okay, let's take, for example, me. I remember a few years ago, I used to have suddenly out of the blue, a fear of flying. And I remember going to the airplane and I hated it. I hated the airplane, I hated the smell of the airplane, and nothing scared me more than turbulence. It was life and death to me. I really thought I was going to die when I go in the airplane. I really feel that. And the thing is, no matter how much anyone or the cabin crew or the pilots or the people next to me told me that I was fine, they explained to me the airplane, they explained to me how things are good, I still was scared. Logic did not help me overcome it because my reason being scared of it was not logical. And that's the thing, our emotions are not logical. A lot of us try to solve our emotions through logic, and it's not, okay? If you had a phobia of a spider and I told you, imagine of a spider, you'll see the person literally do this. They can't close their eyes because if I had a spider here too, I'll be scared, you know? The idea of it, when we get scared, when we are in that fear state, our mind straight go to worst case scenario. Remember a few days back or weeks back, I talked about your memory and how when you look at something, whether it's real or not real, your mind cannot tell the difference. It's like it thinks the imagination is real. But when you think of worst case scenario, your body is reacting to as if it's real. Your body is reacting that we're going to die now. Because that's the scenario that you're putting in mind. Now, what do? what do I do if I'm so scared? And you're telling me it's not logical, and you're telling me that it's not something I can do. There's many things you can do. First of all, one thing I teach people to do is take a ball, any ball. I don't have a ball next to me. Fantastic. Take a ball, okay? And if I'm going to take this cushion, so the thing next to me, and move this cushion from one side to the other. While you're doing this, okay, so imagine I'm in the airplane now and I'm scared and there's turbulence and I'm really, really scared. I take something in my hand, one side to the other, and say everything's gonna be okay. Everything is gonna be okay. And I keep doing this, okay? And I slowly, as you can see, move my hand further and further away. When I do that, okay, I calm down, okay? I calm down. Now the reason why I calm down is that our left mind and our right mind, when we're scared, do not send messages together very fast. And we need them to do that. And the more they send messages, the stronger, the more balanced they are, the more calm we can get. If I can balance that out and I can make it strong, therefore I'll be able to calm down. I'll be able to do that. And when the movement of this hand, left and right, left and right, left and right, is actually about connecting. It's actually trying to make the left and the right hand work together. Now, the further I go, the more peripheral my vision is, the more I'm now not zoomed into my problem, but starting to think outside the box, okay? So we are destroying what was done from being scared. So instead of being zooming, I'm forcing it to be around. Instead of my brains not connecting together, I allow them to connect, okay? And then one thing that happens is we go into our minds. We go far into our minds when we have anxiety. And we want to come back to reality. So while you're doing that and while you're calming yourself down, I want you to name 5 things you see, okay? So I see a couch, I see a table, I see the lights, what am I doing? I'm bringing myself to the external, because what happens is you go into your internal mind very, very, very fast. So I come back to the external. I see the things. After I count 5 things I see, I then count 4 things I hear. And then 3 things I smell. And 2 things I touch. Okay, so we're bringing our senses back to where we are, rather than it being in our mind, and rather than it just playing in our minds and being zoned internal. We're coming back external. Okay, so I have a panic attack. What do? I don't know what to do. Take anything. So if I'm in a restaurant, I'll hold the key. Okay, the key. I won't be able to do this, but at least I'm moving that. Okay. I'm telling myself, you become your coach. Everything will be okay. Everything will be fine. It's okay. Okay, I see a computer. I see a table. I see a chair. I see lights. Everything will be fine. Everything will be fine. I hear the cars outside. I hear the AC. I hear silence. I hear a banging. Okay, and then I smell. What do I smell? I smell air. Even if you don't smell anything, you just have to really focus. What are the smells around me? Okay, and then after I do this, right before I stop, I breathe in 5 counts or 7, and I breathe out 5 or 3. So it's either you breathe in longer than you breathe out. So you say, I'll breathe in 1. And you do that, okay? That reverses that stress response. That reverses the panic. At that point, you'll be able to cope. That doesn't solve the phobia, but that controls it at that point. 3 things we did. The ball, moving the ball from side to side while you're being your inner coach, okay? So you're expanding. Then talking about your externalities, you're seeing things around you and you're talking about, and you're saying them. 5 things you see, 4 things you hear, 3 things you smell, 2 things you touch or feel, okay? And then the breathing. Before you start coping and after you stop coping, I want you to write a number or just tell yourself, my anxiety is a 9 or my anxiety is a 10. Do this process and then say, my anxiety is what? You'll notice that the number goes down. And sometimes it's enough for you to move on and sometimes it's not. If it's not, you do it for another minute. This whole process should not take you more than a minute. Okay, so you play with the ball for around 45 seconds. You start naming stuff for 10 and then you breathe for another 5 to 10 seconds. So that's like a minute and 5 seconds, a minute and 10 seconds. That's the whole process. Okay, so instead of being in a panic for 15 minutes to hours where it really paralyzes you for the rest of the day, you're in a panic for a minute. Okay, it's a fantastic, a minute or 2 or 3 depending on how many times you're going to do it, but probably by 3 you've reached 2, you rank it at a 2 and you're like, khalas, I'm good. So it's very important to have these tools, to learn these tools to do, to help you bypass that fear. Okay, so if I was going to talk about specifically when you are in a situation where you can't move, okay, for instance, in an airplane. I go back to airplanes just because many of my clients have fear of flying, and then also I used to have a fear of flying. And so one thing to do, okay, is we want to use your memories to boost your feelings. So what we do is we take headphones, preferably noise cancellation headphones, and listen to fun music, like dance music, so that you feel like dancing. Okay, it reminds you of many or songs that relate you to when you're a young kid, songs that relate to something good. Watch something funny. You can't have 2 emotions at the same time. You can't be scared and laughing. Okay, you'll be scared or you'll be laughing and happy. So watch a series of comedy. Don't watch action. Don't watch a scary movie. Okay? Do not, if you have phobias and panic attacks, lower your smoking. Caffeine causes your heart to go faster, and if it does that, and not only caffeine, tobacco does that also. Nicotine, that's the word I was thinking of. Nicotine gets your heart pumping faster. The thing is, if someone has phobias and panic attacks, a symptom of a panic attack might trigger another panic attack. So caffeine, no. So no coffee, no tea, no Starbucks before you go into the airplane. No wine, no alcohol, no Coke and all of that. No antidepressants, no sugar before going on a flight or before doing something that will scare you. No smoking. Okay, all of these are no's. Those make your symptoms worse, which cause you to panic even faster. Okay, so that's what anxiety is. The anxiety is a way of your body telling you that something bad is going to happen, and it's reacting this way. And it does not have to be logical. Okay, it's not that it doesn't have to be logical, it's not even logical. Okay, what's the number 1 fear in the world? You know what the number 1 fear in the world is? It's public speaking. No one ever died from public speaking. No one. And yet our bodies are reacting to public speaking as if it's death. So no, it is not logical, and don't try to logic your way out of it. Okay, most likely, and sometimes it does successful, but most likely it fails. Okay, So if you're a friend and you have someone panicking, do not logic him out of it. Calm them down by just being there for them. It's okay, breathe, everything will be fine, just breathe. I know this sounds scary, okay? Stuff like that. Do not criticize. Please don't criticize them, because it makes the situation worse, and don't try to be logical with them. It makes the situation worse. So I hope this was beneficial. I hope I helped you, and thank you.